But first tonight, that big story that we are tracking, and the story of Kiran Bedi. The BJP today pulled out what they believe is its ace card ahead of the Delhi elections. The former top cop and anti-corruption crusader has not only joined the party, but she will contest the Delhi elections and could even be the BJP's chief ministerial contender. Brajesh Pandey and Ankit Tyagi have our top story tonight.
किरण बेदी जी ने आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी में प्रवेश किया है.
It's perhaps the biggest masterstroke by the BJP. 22 days ahead of the big capital showdown, former IPS officer and anti-corruption crusader Kiran Bedi welcomed with open arms into the BJP.
आज किरण जी ने भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सदस्यता ग्रहण करी है, तो इसके लिए मैं पार्टी की ओर से उनका हृदय से स्वागत करता हूं.
मैं बहुत आभारी हूं अपने प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब का, जिनको मिलने के बाद मैं यहां आई हूं.
While the BJP is mum on whether she'll be the party's chief ministerial candidate, Bedi is possibly the most formidable adversary Amit Shah could pitch against Arvind Kejriwal.
वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की ओर से चुनाव भी निश्चित लड़ेगी. मुख्यमंत्री कौन बनेगा वो फैसला पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड का अधिकार क्षेत्र है. भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सभी कार्यकर्ता मुख्यमंत्री बनने की योग्यता रखते हैं. अब किरण जी भी हमारी कार्यकर्ता है.
मैं अपना 40 साल का एक्सपीरियंस दिल्ली को भेंट करने आई हूं. स्टेबल गवर्नमेंट की सख्त जरूरत है. मुझे काम करना आता है और मुझे काम करवाना भी आता है.
So why did BJP chose Kiran Bedi as part of its Delhi fight back? Kiran Bedi is seen as a credible anti-corruption crusader who has fought UPA too along with Anna Hazare. Like Kejriwal, she too has decades of administrative experience and is part of the system. Will she be able to take on Kejriwal? Only time will tell.
While Kejriwal has welcomed Bedi's political debut, his party rubbished Bedi as a political threat to Kejriwal's chief ministerial ambitions.
3 weeks before Delhi Assembly showdown, the BJP's move to get Kiran Bedi not only into politics but to contest Delhi Assembly election is seen as a political masterstroke by Amit Shah. But the bigger question remains, will Kiran Bedi be BJP's chief ministerial face against Arvind Kejriwal? Will BJP accept her as one? And is Bedi BJP's answer to Kejriwal threat? With camera person Madan, Brajesh Pandey for Headlines Today.
Now, the newsmaker of the moment, Kiran Bedi, who now could well lead BJP's mission Delhi, spoke with our correspondent Pankaj Upadhyay a short while ago. Listen in to that conversation.
We are joined by Kiran Bedi at this point of time. Ma'am, the question to you is, you bring in so much of administrative experience with you. How is it that you're going to translate, if at all you come into the helm of Delhi elections, being the chief minister?
Let the time come, then you'll see. This is my few hours in political life, few hours, just few hours. How can I tell you what I'm going to do weeks ahead? And when that happens, if that happens.
And
so
you say you have an entire plan ready for women's security.
I have a plan. I've been talking
about entire army ready of boys and girls. The yellow alert that you talk about.
I've been talking about it on the many panels.
Right.
I've been saying, where is civil defense? I'm saying this in many panels. Where is my civil defense? I've been DG Home Guards and civil defense. I trained hundreds of young men and women as a yellow alert with a yellow jacket. And they were for social defense. So I've been asking in every plan, many channels. So this is not the first time. So I know what needs to be done. That is a force, a citizen's force, somewhere lying idle, that will be recalled immediately to go into the streets, go and work with the people.
Right. With so much of administrative experience, I'll again repeat, would you be the best person of BJP for the chief minister's post?
Let the time come. Let the time come and let them announce and decide whatever they wish to decide.
In your personal capacity, do you really feel that given the post, you can make a constructive difference?
All I can say is, I go with experience, which any governance needs. I go with plenty of a reservoir of experience, and an experience which has been dedicated to public life. And I loved doing it. For me, serving the poor, serving the needy is because that's what my NGOs do. My NGOs reach out to thousands in the poor areas, whether it's Bhawana or in the villages of Haryana. What do? That's what I love to do. That's my lifeline.
So is Modi the only reason for you to enter politics?
Modi is the inspiration. Mr. Modi is an inspiration. And I think he's inspiring many new youth for a new way of thinking.
So do you make the opposition nervous from here on?
That's not my goal. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. This is
okay, that was Kiran Bedi there saying that she is now in politics full time. Now from police to politics, and perhaps the BJP's chief ministerial phase for Delhi, Kiran Bedi has had a rather checkered career. As decades as an IPS officer, the first woman IPS officer the country had, then joining Anna Hazare's movement, targeting the BJP at times, and now becoming a supporter of Narendra Modi. Take a look at the journey of Kiran Bedi from police officer to Neta.
She was India's first and highest ranking female police officer who spent 35 years reforming policing and prison management. The feisty Kiran Bedi, who won the President's Award for single-handedly driving off sword-wielding demonstrators with just her baton, took her grit and courage from public service to activism. After founding and working with NGOs, she joined Anna Hazare's anti-corruption movement to demand a bill to appoint a Lokpal against graft in 2012. Along with Arvind Kejriwal, she was a prominent member of what was called Team Anna, but split from Kejriwal in 2013 when he decided to launch the Aam Aadmi Party because she said she wanted to remain apolitical.
पहले मैंने कहा था कि मैं तैयार नहीं, पहले मन में पॉलिटिक्स था ही नहीं, अब पॉलिटिक्स एक देश सेवा के रूप में निकल आया मेरे मन में, तो इसलिए मेरे लिए ये राजनीति नहीं है, ये एक्चुअली पूरा समर्पण है.
But just over a year later, politics and the upcoming Delhi elections are the biggest and most important challenges for Kiran Bedi. Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
The big question, of course, is Kiran Bedi the BJP's best bet against Arvind Kejriwal? Is she the person who can really take on Arvind Kejriwal, the Aam Aadmi Party leader? That's the question that I'm going to pose to my panel this Thursday night. Joining me now, Yogendra Yadav, Chief Spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, is with me. Sudhanshu Mittal of the Bharatiya Janata Party is with me. Swami Agnivesh, who was part member of the Team Anna when it was originally formed, activist. Rashmi Khan, spokesperson of the Congress, with me, and joining me also Rajesh Kumar Gupta, former police commissioner, and Javed Ansari, executive editor of Headlines Today. Appreciate all of you joining us. I want to come to you, Sudhanshu Mittal, first, because I want to read out what Kiran Bedi said on 16/3/2013. One day Namo will need to respond with clarity about the riots massacre despite courts clearing him so far. Then she also said, CM Gujarat has a right to fast for communal harmony, but what if he first planned to reach out to families in need of healing? This is Kiran Bedi on the 2002 Gujarat riots in 2013, just less than 2 years ago. She is now going to be your chief ministerial face for Delhi.
Rasip, aren't you being unfair? If you're reading out the tweets of 2013, I would have appreciated if you would have read out the tweets of 2014 as well. Nah? When
so she's done a U-turn.
Modi,
so she's done a U-turn. She's done a U-turn.
So no, look, in life, all what I say today is what I believe today. With the proviso that in light of new facts, I may contradict the whole tomorrow. That's the philosophy of the strong. So I mean, let's not get into rhetorics. The fact is, consistently, ever since there has been an emergence of Narendra Bhai, and ever since India has transformed itself from dirty politics to the politics of serving the nation, there has been a complete transformation about people and their involvement and their outlook towards politics.
But so this is Kiran Bedi talking on Narendra Modi. This is not Kiran Bedi talking on some third party. This is Kiran Bedi talking on Narendra Modi less than 2 years ago, Sudhanshu Mittal. She has also said in another tweet that neither Congress nor BJP have brought their political funding under RTI. We must reject both. The fact is, even today the BJP has not brought itself under RTI.
2014 was the last reference. Sir, 2014 should be the last reference point to view the opinion of somebody, and she's joined only in 2015. So I think in
So
the
all
sequence of
that
things,
she had
let
to
us read
say-
the tweets she has made about Aam Aadmi Party also.
So you're saying that she whatever she said before 2014 we must forget, that was a mistake, that was a...
No, I'm saying the latest of any individual in its thinking, much before she joined politics, is what she had to say in January, in February, in March, in April, in May of 2014. Let's look at that, even before BJP came to power.
You
can't say, you are a turncoat for a reason of power. Before we came to power, what was she saying? If you read that,
So she's not a turncoat. She's not a turncoat. She's not someone who has seen political opportunity. She has suddenly seen opportunity in the BJP. She's not a political turncoat. She's simply someone who has changed her views on Narendra Modi. Respond to that, Yogendra Yadav, because the Aam Aadmi Party seems to be suggesting, certainly on social media, that Kiran Bedi, to quote your own leader, Kumar Vishwas, is a Jai Chand. That's what she said. She represents turncoat politics.
Rajdeep, I thought Sudhanshu Muttalji is being very unfair to Kiran Bedi ji. If you say that whatever the reference point should be 2014, whatever she said before 2014 is not relevant. Someone would turn around and say whatever she did before 2014 is also irrelevant. All that she claimed at the press conference, all her work of the last 40 years, all that would become irrelevant. So I would urge him not to be so unfair on Kiranji. I think she has been a good administrator. She was a valued colleague with us before the party was formed, not after. She was someone we valued, and she was very unjustly denied the position of DGP. All that does not change simply because she joins a rival political party.
It's not fair to say that both Arvind Kejriwal and Kiran Bedi used that agitation of Anna Hazare in 2011 to prop themselves up in politics. That time you said sab neta chor hai. Now Arvind Kejriwal forms his own party and Kiran Bedi joins the BJP.
Rajdeep, we always maintained, and as you know, I've been saying it at least for 20 years, that politics is the yug dharma for us. This is what we tried persuading Kiranji at that time, and she was saying, no, sab neta chor. In fact, this is her line, sab neta chor hai. She said that changing movement into a political party would be a betrayal. These are her words. It's a betrayal. I remember persuading her, speaking to her, "Nahi Kiranji, there is no option other than to do politics and change this country." So all I can say is welcome. She is also joining this activity, which we all believed was central to transforming of this country. How can I possibly blame her for doing what we always wanted her to do?
Okay, it's interesting that you are trying.
As for masterstroke,
yes, go ahead.
It is indeed a masterstroke by BJP, but for reasons somewhat different than what is being imagined. It is a masterstroke because in one stroke BJP has achieved has done risk reduction of two kinds. One, they have got rid of a disaster called Satish Upadhyay, with all the disclosures about his links with the Reliance and electricity scam and so on. He was clearly a burden. BJP needed an occasion to get rid of him. Second, and more importantly, BJP thought they could replicate Haryana, Maharashtra, Jammu, etc. here by making it Narendra Modi versus everyone else, Narendra Modi versus Kejriwal, and they thought the result was most obvious. But after Prime Minister's rally, reality has hit BJP. They assessed their things and they thought this is risky.
Can I just...
If BJP loses, and it was quite clear to them, and that would mean, that would be embarrassing for the Prime Minister and this great run he's had for the last 6-8 months, people would begin to say, well, what are the charms of Mr. Modi? So this is an insurance policy, it's a risk reduction policy, it's a brilliant policy.
You know, very, very gently, you're trying to put the dagger into the BJP. So Sudhanshu Mittal, you've got your hand up, respond to that. In one fell stroke, have you neutralized your entire older leadership? One day after Satish Upadhyay is accused of conflict of interest, 4 days after the Prime Minister gives his big rally in Delhi, have you all suddenly decided that you needed a new Brahmastra? So Kiran Bedi has become your Brahmastra because your other strategies were not succeeding.
Rajdeep, look at the panic which has set into the Aam Aadmi Party. That within hours of her joining the BJP, you have Kumar Vishwas calling her Jai Chand. Now, who was Jai Chand? Jayachand was a man who was responsible for the defeat of a king. They are already conceding defeat. You see, you can only wear Jayachand if they are the losers.
No, but you're not answering my question. You're not answering my question.
Allow me.
Is Kiran Bedi your Brahmastra because your other strategies in Delhi have failed? The Prime Minister's rally didn't create the kind of enthusiasm that the normal Narendra Modi rally creates. Your BJP president is now facing accusations. You needed a credible face. You turned to Kiran Bedi.
Rajdeep.
Yes.
There's a Hindi saying कि इब्तिदा इश्क है रोता है क्या आगे आगे देखिए होता है क्या अभी तो एक है देखिए when you strategize politically the timings and your strategies are very critical for your politics so well this is just one of the inductions a lot of things have to follow because you have to understand that people have lost completely their hopes or faith or you know the credibility of the Aam Aadmi Party and that got reflected out after the disastrous 49 days of governance in Delhi. Just let me finish. Look, you gave chance to Yogendra ji. Allow me also to put forth my point of view. In 49 days they disappointed people so badly that the moment they got an opportunity in Lok Sabha, you had them completely wiped out. Out of 70 Vidhan Sabha seats, they were reduced to only 10. Why? Primarily because people saw the double speak. They had a Kejriwal talking bachcho ki kasam and then joining Congress. You had a Kejriwal talking 50% reduction, whereas he had only done 32% reduction of electricity. That too not prices. You know, that subsidy he had offered. You know, a whole series of lies which he wanted to gullible people to understand. People saw through that. And that's the reason. And everybody said,
I've taken your point.
Kejriwal is the face. I always said he's our best mascot. Because that's a face which is a discredited face. So we don't need to react to Mr. Kejriwal.
You don't need to react. So this is not a reaction. This is not a reaction to Mr. Kejriwal. I just want one final point.
We are bringing in good people as an alternative to the new politics we have been practicing in Delhi.
Before I widen the debate, I just want you to answer one question, Yogendra Yadav. All through you were saying, who is the chief ministerial face of the BJP? Where does the BJP have a credible candidate? Now they've given Kiran Bedi, who possibly could be the BJP's chief ministerial face, and she is a credible person. Someone who was the first woman IPS officer, someone who was very much part of your Anna movement, someone who has fought for the Lokpal. Will you concede that your main strategy of showing Kejriwal versus who is now gone? To that extent, the BJP has outmaneuvered you.
Rajdeep, not yet, because as an intelligent journalist, you said possibly. I just want that possibility to be removed. Mr. Sudhanshu Mittal is in the studio, so let him clarify. I just want to know, is Ms. Kiran Bedi the chief ministerial candidate of BJP? In which case, of course, we will stop asking that question from tomorrow onwards. Who is their candidate?
Is she the chief
then
minister?
It's a fair comparison. There are two people there.
Yes.
And let me say something right here in your studio.
Yes.
May I invite Ms. Kiran Bedi in that case for a debate with Arvind Kejriwal, a public debate.
We are ready to have it. We are ready to have it on Headlines Today and Aaj Tak. Are you ready?
But then, she has to be the chief ministerial candidate.
Is Arvind
she has to be the chief ministerial candidate of the BJP.
Only then will the debate take place. So the Aam Aadmi Party will only agree to a debate with Kiran Bedi if she is the chief ministerial candidate. Otherwise, you won't agree to the debate, is it?
Obviously, they have to at least say who is their candidate, because you said, Rajdeep, that she is possibly their candidate. Maybe you are mistaken. Let them declare. And you said that now you cannot anymore say they don't have a candidate. I just want to find out, is she the candidate? In which case, may I respectfully, honorably invite her for a debate?
You know, you're being a little clever by half, some would say, but a quick response from you, Sudhanshu Mittal. Is she the chief ministerial candidate now of the BJP? Then I'll widen the debate.
Rajdeep, I would like to take upon myself the prerogative of the parliamentary board. In their organization, they don't have any parliamentary board, they don't have an election committee. It's a whimsical dictatorial leadership, but we don't have that. We have a system in place. Let the system make the right announcements. I have no authority to say that. However, a debate between the two of them is most welcome. Absolutely fine. Let the people judge for themselves what the credibility would be. Now they're finding excuses because that's what we were going to say. That's what we were going to demand. Now they'll find excuses. No. Okay. Look, now there is a condition that unless this happens or unless that happens, we can't have a debate. Because in a debate, she will demolish Mr. Kejriwal fairly and squarely for simple reason. The man is just too full of lies.
Yes. Can I just for a moment take it to my other panelists, because Swami Agnivesh, you saw both of them, you were part of this whole Anna movement, and as I recounted, during that movement one of the slogans was Sab Neta Chor Hai. The irony is the Lokpal bill hasn't, we don't even have a Lokpal as yet in the country. Kiran Bedi now joins the BJP, Arvind Kejriwal joins Aam Aadmi Party. Therefore many will say that what did the team Anna movement achieve apart from the fact that you've thrown up 2 more politicians for us?
राजदीप जी, मैं हिंदी में बोलूंगा।
हाँ, बताइए
कि और ज्यादा लोग इसको शामिल हो सके।
बताइए।
मुझे ये कहना है कि अन्ना मूवमेंट की जो खासियत थी वो इस देश में एक जनशक्ति, लोक शक्ति को उभार रही थी और वो राजशक्ति के खिलाफ थी जी। कोई राजा हो उसके खिलाफ जनता अपनी आवाज उठाएगी और सुधार के लिए, अकाउंटेबिलिटी के लिए मांग करेगी। हमारी ये दोनों साथी जिनकी मैं इज्जत भी करता हूं, लेकिन उनसे जानना चाहूंगा कि वो लोक शक्ति का परचम फहराने का वादा करके राजशक्ति के पुजारी बन बैठे और
तो आप कह रहे हैं
जो मूवमेंट
would you say they have betrayed the Anna movement in your view by joining politics? क्या आपको लगता है कि वो एक तरह से उन्हीं लोगों के साथ मिल गए हैं जिनके खिलाफ आपने आपकी लड़ाई लड़ी थी?
मैं बिल्कुल वही कहना चाह रहा हूं कि लोक शक्ति का वो छोड़ करके मंच और राजशक्ति बना करके, पार्टी बना करके, चीफ मिनिस्टरियल कैंडिडेट बन करके जिस प्रकार से राजनीति को ही या सत्ता की राजनीति को ही सर्वे सर्वा बताया जा रहा है, मुझे लगता है कि गांधी के चेहरे को सामने रखकर जो भी कुछ बातें कही गई थी वो थोथली थी, वो दिखावा था। और उसके बाद का जो कुछ हम देख रहे हैं, इस देश में व्यक्तियों का खेल हो गया, व्यक्तिवाद एक तरह से चल गया है।
आप एक बहुत बड़ी बात इस प्रोग्राम पे कह रहे हैं कि एक तरह से इन्होंने, आप कह रहे हैं, एक फायदा उठाया, आपको लगता है, इस पूरे मूवमेंट का। लेट मी गेट क्विक रिएक्शन, रश्मिकांत ऑफ द कांग्रेस। It's ironical, the Congress is not even figuring in this debate. It's about whether Kiran Bedi should be the BJP's chief ministerial face or whether and she can take on Arvind Kejriwal. Is the Congress now simply reduced to a third player, a B team in this election?
Rajdeep, this is something that you are doing, that you are getting Congress right in the end.
Yes.
Now this is not the judgment of the people. Now, so to say that the Congress is a fringe player is a decision that you have taken and not me or the people of Delhi. I think it's been highly unfair for you to get Congress in the end, but nevertheless I shall answer your question. The fact is that in our assessment, it makes no difference to us who joins which party. It's an internal affair of the BJP. It shows to us at one level the nervousness of the BJP, that they've had leaders who have worked for the BJP or the Jansangh earlier for 3 decades, 2 decades, 2.5 decades, from Vijay Goyal to Harshvardhan to Jagdish Mukhi, etc., 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 etc. And you've had a meeting of the Prime Minister where he launched the campaign for the BJP at the Ramlila ground, where 40,000 people turned up in a capacity of 100,000, 150,000 people. The Congress is going into the elections with a very positive, agenda.
Yes.
Its agenda of development that it has done over the past 15 years. We lost the elections in December 2013, primarily because of Rajdeep, let me finish. You've given enough time to others. Please let me finish.
Yes.
You've given. We've gave a very good government which changed the face of Delhi in the last 15 years, but we lost also because of a triple anti-incumbency and fake allegation and false allegations against the UPA government. Now today you have a very youthful, very vibrant Congress, very experienced in administration. It is not the sort of anarchy that Mr. Kejriwal brought. And I think one of the crucial things that you should be asking Mr. Yogendra Yadav is that if they finished corruption in 49 days in Delhi, then what was the need for Jan Lokpal? And secondly, it will be important also to ask the BJP that Ms. Kiran Bedi, who asked for Jan Lokpal as part of the Anna movement, is she going to ask for the Jan Lokpal equally in the BJP and as strongly?
You make an important point.
Beyond that, we do not consider Ms. Kiran Bedi to be a force.
You make an important point, sir. An entire year 2011 was debated over the Jan Lokpal, and the fact is we still don't have a proper Jan Lokpal in place, and that is the harsh reality that this country faces when it talks about the anti-corruption movement and its benefits. Quick words though from my two guests in the studio. Mr. Gupta, as a former police commissioner, Kiran